Talking about money, making a profit. This is something that will be useful for people going forward when it goes to the People's Club. If we're going to progress as a species and society, the idea of making a profit on the basic needs in life must end if we are to progress. Now, some will not like that idea, as they are immersed in the old harvesting system, and life's all about making extra pieces of paper. Newsflash, it's not. It's a program. Look at the boards of the top corporate companies and the conglomerate companies. Many are known politicians for the start. Add in bloodline families, royals and other elite peoples, and you have a cartel. Now, politicians themselves are lobbyists for these private companies and focus more on that, which lines their pockets and gains them brownie points inside of their sick world, rather than focusing on doing things for and by the people, which is actually what they're paid to do. And they largely get away with that because we, the people, don't make them accountable enough. The piece last week where the Dems are pushing for the Green Deal, in which Pelosi and her husband stands to gain enormously. These people are not interested in all things green. Remember, these are the same people that are on the boards of oil, coal, nuclear companies, or worse, military contractors. What part of blitzing the planet with weapons constitutes going green? Now, they're also often a part of chemical companies. That includes a range of uses, including pharma. And again, those chemicals going into our water, is that going green? Food, energy, health industries, care centres, utilities and water distribution should not be for-profit organisations. Period. These, in case people have forgotten, they are what we all need to live or survive on. Why does it have to be profit-based? All of those organisations should be non-for-profit. There are essentials in life. You know, we pay an absolutely ridiculous amount just to live on this planet, where at one time, essentially everything was free. It just required your life force energy, known as labour, to acquire what was needed. So the question is, if we are paying for everything, who is the landlord of the planet? Well, those in THI, OYM and Off-Planet Radio, we knew who he was and what they were. But that entity and group is now gone. And it's time we forge a new path based on the growth of humanity and all living things on this planet, not one based on how many pieces of paper you can collect, but how much effort has each put in to make this planet an abundant oasis for the essential things in life. That is the way forward. Ignoring the Manor World Holding Trust for a second, but here's an idea, because they came up again this week, and it's an idea that will shut up these fake humanitarians in families like the Rothschilds. Yes, you, David, you utter parasite. Jared Rand, Procter & Gamble, all talking humanitarian now and fake climate change. But where were they when their families and others looted everything on this planet, mainly with the support of the former trustee? Were they parroting humanitarian then? No. So if the planet is messed up because of your over-harvesting, be it in oil, fishing, tree cutting, weaponry, chemicals, war, etc., all these families have made their fortunes of raping and destroying this planet. You lot created the damage, along with the church, the banks and the royals. How about you put all of your fortunes of ill-gotten gains together due to insider trading with the former trustee, and you fix the planet? There's a novel idea. Why is it they, like the Federal Reserve, just push it all onto the people? It's the same with the military and the veterans funds. The military created the damaged veteran. They should pay out of their own budget, not ask the people to fund it again. We never profited off oil, big pharma, military operations. You did. That makes you lot responsible, not we the people. And yet we the people funded your enterprises and then paid heavily for it at the production end. And you lot think we should pay for it all again? No. After you all ignored the devastation you were causing, all because the bottom line and pieces of paper were the God and the King. Now again, you created and profited, so you fix it. Let's see how many of you are humanitarian or climate interested then. I suspect none. Why? Because the lot of you are as fake as a glass eye is why. Talking about goons who make staggering profits, pay no taxes and then loot more money out of the system with these level of grants, all likely non-returnable. Let's highlight a few. Boeing, 774 million in free grants. Yeah, you heard that right. General Motors, 454 million. Lockheed Martin, 277 million. IBM, IB Marduk, or I was Marduk, bye, 268 million. Dow Chemicals, 267 million. Honeywell International, 205 million. Ford, 189 million. Archer Daniels Midland, 176 million. General Electric, 149 million. And the 3M Company, 114 million in grants. All of these companies have a net income of over $1 billion a year. And yet they're taking these freebies. I wonder what would happen if the People's Club asked for the same amount as Boeing are getting per year, of 774 million. I wonder what the answer would be. Because I guarantee that 774 million per year will be better spent, improve more lives and create more real jobs and make this country far more productive than these harvesting pirates have ever done. And these types of business enterprise has to be stopped. The same people are on multiple boards and are being paid by all of them. Also has to be stopped. Need, not greed. And then we have a story or a statement this week which doesn't help either. President Trump said the losses his business made in the 80s and 90s were for tax purposes. In a tweet, in a reply to the New York Times article claiming that from 1985 through 1995, he made losses of over $1 billion. And the newspaper said that Trump's property empire from 1985 continued to lose money every year, totaling $1.17 billion in losses for the decade. And Mr. Trump tweeted, You always wanted to show losses and often renegotiate with banks. It was a sport. And this is how they run businesses. But that sport, as Mr. Trump called it, funny enough, is not accessible to the average person on the street, Mr. Trump, who are having their homes taken off them. You ran up debts and still kept all your hotels and golf courses. And yet the average person on the street fails to make a few payments on the mortgage and loses their entire property. It's not a good image to set that, Mr. Trump. I'm sorry, it's just not. And these are some of the changes that are going to have to be made to make everything fair for everybody.